Hi guys! Welcome back to another little tips and tricks video. Today I'm gonna do a farm rotation. This is my second time recording it. This time I'm recording it alone. I had my normal friendos in with me to record it, but they are otherwise preoccupied, and so I am recording this one solo. So the farm rotation is to really try to get armor cores and, more importantly, that ever needed special experience, the SXP. Because a lot of people have been asking, oh King, how do you get armor cores, how do you get armor cores? Now granted, you could essentially go all the way down to the rift right here, stand at the edge of here, and just stay there until your bag is full of blues, run back to the campfire, and just rinse and repeat for hours upon hours. But the reason why I don't suggest it, this is a viable way, but the reason why I don't suggest it is because you are not getting special experience. Special experience becomes very, very vital, and this resets every 3 hours. As you can see, I have 2 hours left to run this. I've actually never ran it solo before, so this is going to be interesting. However, it's all pretty much the same, and in this there's probably going to be a lot of skipping around in this video because there's a lot of like just very dull moments, such as repairing these, but the biggest thing to keep in mind is you are running in disputed zones this entire time, which means it is possible to get PvP'd. It is not uncommon that, as we being myself and Poppins and Agony, we've actually had people like pretty much bring our run to a stop because they decided they wanted to stop and try to PK us. And it's a bit of an issue because in areas like this, it's very easy to pick someone off. Like you're running around and it's like, oh hey, la di da di da, and then next thing you know, you're getting stunned and blown into the air, and you're dying in a horrific manner of death and destruction, and you have no idea what's going on. So yeah, it's not always the best thing in the world, but also this is probably the best way to get cores and special experience. Because, as you can see, I got fortified leg armor right off the bat, which is not able to be enhanced, but it's underwear. And that took me, what, all of 3 minutes? This entire run, including waiting for some bosses, because we are going to fight some bosses through this. And this is an end game sort of route. You're not going to be able to really do this until you have unlocked the Night Spire region here, which is close to Gideon. Gideon takes place up in this section right here, because I start up in this area. What is this telepost? The Ska refugee camp, and then I run south. Well, I say but we run south. We go through the Fated Glory, General Fallen Kingdom. We hit the Rumble and the Wreckage, down to the Urbody Champion, over to the Mushrooms, and then up all the way to the Night Spire grounds. Oh, that's a yellow equipment stone. See, that's another thing that you can get from this that you wouldn't normally get, is you can get yellow equipment stones as well. But from here, we would take this telepost all the way over, do the Wolves, and then come down, do the Reindeer. Take this telepost down to right here, going whole hog, which can either be kill 20 wild pigs, which usually sucks, or it'll say like right here, kill 1 rough scar pig, and it's just a big boar. And then from the pigs, we'd go over to here to the wyvern. I think the wyvern's actually a 24-hour chest. I could be wrong. It might give it to me throughout this run. We'll see. But if we have it, we'd go and kill the wyvern, which is right here. There we go. Then come over to here, take this telepost down into the Mistwind Grove, do the Ill-Gotten Gains, and the Castle Crasher, and we would skip the Field of Screams, because if you read it, it's defeat the Night Runners at the Kenne's Farmstead. This is not the farmstead. This is actually a graphical bug here. So we would actually finish up Castle Crashers, head back to the Mistwind Grove telepost, then teleport down into Asgrove Village, and down in this area is where we would actually kill the Night Runners. And then from here we would head north, take down the Toadstools, and that is that. That would be the end of our run. Obviously, I'm gonna run through it. The really good idea when you're waiting for the boss, especially if you're on a time crunch, is to channel hop. You'll actually probably see a lot of people who actually are taking part in this sort of circuit. A lot of people know about the circuit, or a lot of people already kind of do it. I am by far no means the first person to do the circuit. Like I said, I was taught it, and I'm sure they learned it from someone else. So I do not claim any sort of, hey, I was the first one to do this sort of deal. And it looks like we're not going to get lucky with you. And I do want to take a minute, because we are coming to a part in the Bless Unleashed terms of things where I wanted to take a minute in the beginning of a video, because usually I say it at the end. I am a variety content creator. Also, since there's nothing here, I'm actually going to go south. Hey, Reindeer. Yes, if that guy doesn't spawn in on all of the channels, I'll come down into the rumble of the wreckage, and I'll do this before I do anything. But yeah, so I wanted to take a minute and kind of mention I am a variety content creator. If you guys have subscribed and you have the notifications on, you actually know I actually post a lot of videos. I post a video a day outside of the Bless Unleashed stuff, and that's actually my normal upload time. I started making Bless Unleashed videos whenever it came out, just because I was a preferred content creator and I wanted to bring out videos as quickly as I can. But that is by no means what my channel is all about. I am variety. Even when it comes to my streams, I am also variety. I'm probably gonna be a little slower at this run than most people, because normally you would run this either with a small group or with a AoE character, or people would be here, and it's kind of starting to get late at night, so people aren't necessarily here. But yeah, I highly encourage you guys, check out some of the other stuff that I do. I don't know when this is going up, this video specifically, but I just posted my first video on Doom Eternal, and that's gonna be fun. Trust me, it was hilarious. So yeah, I highly encourage you guys to go and check out the other things that I do as well, because we all know Bless Unleashed isn't gonna live forever. Eventually, there's not gonna be anything more that I can regularly cover. So until that time comes, I will cover as best I can, but you know, keep in mind there's always more. Also, don't be mad if people like this Crusader come and start killing stuff with you. You're not really doing this for the regular experience. This is not a regular experience run by any means. If anything, you actually want people to come and kill stuff with you, because you want the armor cores. You're here for armor cores, and you're here for special experience. And just because they help you kill something does not mean you're gonna get less special experience. If anything, it's just gonna help you, because it's gonna make your run just that much faster. I apparently am still kind of weak comparative to some of these guys. But yeah, so this is pretty much what the run is. I will kind of come back at each stage, kind of say, oh hey, look, we're doing this. This is this is something that you want to look for. This is something you want to do for each part. Oh, another big thing about this run, you get a lot of blue drops. You're gonna want to make sure that you have an open inventory. I actually don't, and I'm gonna end up hating myself for it, but you actually want to try to have an open inventory because you're going to get a boatload of drops. I usually walk away on average, outside of the stuff from just doing the overall quest itself, I'm normally getting about, oh crap, ow, that hurt, probably a good 10 to 15 blue drops alone. So take it for what it is. It's more than just a special experience, as it were. But anyway, I'll be back once we're done with these faceless and we're on to the fallen kingdom champion person up to the north here. So be right back. Okay, so hopping world channels actually came in handy because we found them. So the general of the fallen kingdom is actually a little interesting. He's a Catman Crusader, and his stun, this stun right here, is a little obnoxious because it lasts forever, because he has to get into quote-unquote position, and then he summons mercenary fallen soldier people, and yeah, it's weird. But overall, he's not too hard. If you just, you know, keep your distance, as with everything, he's not too bad. If anything, the thing that's the most annoying about him is whenever he actually does summon the fallen soldier people, because they can actually just gang up on you and do a lot of damage right off the bat. Well, not right off the bat, but you get my drifts. World chat, global chat is being absolutely obnoxious today, by the way. And if you are in global chat when I am recording this, yes, I am calling you out for you being obnoxious. Oh yeah, that was that toasty damage right there. He is pretty much, yeah, he's dead. So the this guy actually falls down pretty quickly, and you have a chance of getting his soul, as with every world boss. Yeah, so if you're lucky enough and you get him before then you finish this area, you can come down here, kill the fallen soldier people things down here, and you can then move on. From here, like I said, we are going to head down to the Trial of the Tomb, the Urbati champion, which I actually didn't realize this until I was doing some side quests today, but apparently even in this region, like, this is also Urbati area. I thought that this was like Canis area, and then the Urbati territories was just up in that one section, but it is actually this whole thing is like an Urbati area. And might I say, it is so freaking cool that there's a gigantic person just like laying here, all made out of stone and stuff. I think that's one of the coolest things they could have ever put in. I love backgrounds and environments like that where you just have gigantic craziness things just in the background. It's so cool. Like, who thinks of that? Who sits there and thinks, hey, you know what would be cool? What's that? Let's put a gigantic fallen soldier made out of stone in the mountains. Like, what? But yeah, so same deal with here. It looks like we're gonna wait for him to spawn here because there's quite a few people here. But yeah, same thing with here. Oh, hey, look at that. We spawned in. You just, you know, take down as if he's just any other world boss. He's actually pretty easy to manage. A big thing about the Urbati champion is watch out if he goes like berserk or rage mode, because he actually does a lot of damage. And if he knocks you down once, you have a pretty good chance of continuing to get comboed over and over. Oh, yep, there he goes. He's enraged. And especially when he's enraged, he does a lot of damage. So you kind of want to keep an eye out for that, just because, you know, if you're doing this at a little bit of a lower level, I'm obviously level 27 and I got a pretty decent gear score at this point. But I started making this run when I was level 24 and I was 66% damage penalty. So, you know, if you are starting to run it at that stage, you do obviously want to be careful and, you know, make sure you're not doing anything foolish. Ow. Like, stand there as he smacks the ground and almost kills you. The way that I always kind of describe the game whenever you're kind of outmatched, play this game as if you were going to play Dark Souls. Not because this is as difficult as Dark Souls by any means, but if you play as if you're playing Dark Souls, there is that dodge frame for starters. I think I talked about that in the beating Gideon video. There is a dodge frame where you're able to actually like dodge roll into an attack, and if you dodge at the right time, you actually don't take any damage, even if you're right in the middle of the attack. So that's the same thing with how Dark Souls was. So if you play it like Dark Souls, you'll kind of pick up everything, and it kind of becomes a lot easier to manage, no matter what level you are and what gear score rating you're at. Now, obviously, if you go and you're at a ridiculously low level gear score, it looks like he's gonna round up all these toad strollers here. This is where, you know, having AoE characters really shines, because then this guy comes over and just like that, all of these toad strollers are dead. And because nobody cares that we're all just working together here, just like that, 8 toad strollers, I don't know why they don't call them just toadstools, but just like that, 8 of them are dead. And that this is a normal sort of thing. Like, if you run this 100 times, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna see people doing this no matter what, just because nobody really cares about the regular experience in this, and everybody cares about getting the special experience and the drops. So it's almost as if you were farming in the Rift. Nobody cares if you're attacking attacking the things that they're attacking, because everybody is kind of pushing for drops and loot instead of actually caring about what's going on and how much experience they're getting. Now, obviously, you could make this an experience driven thing, but good luck. There's always people here. Like, if I would make an experience farming video, I would not include these areas no matter how good they are, just because of how much people do farm them. It would be impossible to get these areas alone. For example, in one of my videos, I talk about how the gazelles and stuff like that are pretty much always filled with people. You can almost never get them alone, because that's where a lot of people go to farm experience, and a lot of people go to farm stuff. Hey, just like that, we got the vigorous tunic. Can I? Hello? Can I loot? Hello? Thank you. But yeah, so from here, if you're not dumb like I am, you would just come over to this telepost. It's easiest to just teleport right up to the Night Spire area. Well, actually, there's a pyre right here. Yeah, just teleport up to Ska Village. You can ride there. You can teleport there, whichever one you want. It's gonna get you about the same results. But yeah, we're gonna be at the Night Spire place, so I'll see you there. All right, so we're at the Night Spire blood pit. So this is like a high level rift. If I'm being honest with you, this is pretty much a high level rift. And the very interesting thing about this, and something that I find is going to be very problematic, is you can actually tame these hellbulls. And the reason why it's going to become problematic is because people are always here killing stuff. And if you didn't know, trying to tame something and someone else comes over and kills it, if they kill it, you don't get to tame. And I learned this because Poppins, hi Poppins, if you're watching this, he said today that he actually got the quick time event thing for the Hellbull or something of the sort, and someone came over and killed it. So it was a little poopy. It's gonna be a little difficult. I don't know if there's gonna be very many people who are gonna be able to manage this. And this is also actually where we have run into the most PvPers. Just because this is like a hot spot for people to like kind of gather and stuff like that. Ooh, a blue drop. This is where we run into the most problems overall, and it's a little crappy. It's a little bad, but we actually had fun story time. We actually had a PvP guy who struggled to kill me, and he was like level 34, and he had struggled so much to even try to kill me, and the only reason why I started trying to PvP him is because he was trying to PvP Agony. And so I was trying to let Agony be able to have like a little extra help. And it was hilarious watching this person struggle. We got a kick out of it. Poppins was there with us, and this was actually all on stream. We actually had another person from stream, I believe it was Malevolent, come into the area, and they were like, hey, you want some help? We're like, yeah, sure, let's just get rid of this guy. And my game lagged and I died, but Poppins ended up just running around him and just was never able to be killed. And at the time, Poppins was only like level 26, I think. Yeah, he definitely wasn't a very high level. And so it's like, you might have levels, but if you ain't got the gear score to back your levels, you might as well not even try to PvP. And that just goes for if you're doing regular PvP or if you're trying to do like the arena PvP. You don't have gear score to back it. You're gonna struggle with it. But I will see you guys once we get over to the wolves, which are probably one of the hardest to do. Be right back. Alright, so back at the wolves, and like I said, the wolves are probably the hardest to do. Not the most annoying, but the hardest. And they are the hardest because they are very, very fast at their attacks. If you noticed, I'm getting hit super quick. They get up to me and they just attack. A lot of NPCs, they normally, if they show up next to you, they'll normally show up and they'll kind of like have a small quick movement before they attack. Wow, I'm getting messed up really bad actually. I kited in way too many. I didn't mean to kite this many. So yeah, these guys are actually probably the hardest. The best way to do it, honestly, is if you have a group and you have an AoE, is to just get them in a group and AoE the crap out of them. As you can see, I'm kind of kiting them around and hitting them with my very explosive parting shot, which, by the way, this crescent moon parting shot is amazing. Oh my god, oh, that hurt a lot. I got a blue. A big thing to note is usually there's more people here, and I probably should have put this into the video, But the way to get to the wolves is actually like a little weird. If you've been up into this area, you know how to get in. You're gonna be like, ah, king is easy. But for those of you who don't actually, like, never been up into this area, or you never really thought to venture here, you might be like, how'd you get up there, king? I don't see how to get up there. You actually have to go through the monastery thing that you go through during the main story quest. Where you, without giving spoilers, where you have to go and help Marco at a monastery. Up in the Canis Mountains here. So, yeah, these guys are really kind of annoying, but these guys, well, not the wolves, which, by the way, if you notice, it's red and blue wolves. I wish they would fight, and then we would have red versus blue. Just saying, it would be hilarious. I think these guys are actually usually skipped by most people just because of their sheer difficulty. I don't skip them because, as you can see, I've gotten 2 blue drops from them already, and this is actually where I got a legendary upgrade stone at one time because of these guys. Adept Farmer Ava contract. Look at that. Reasons why you don't skip anything on these farm runs. I just got something for my estate from this farm run, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna be amazing. We will take a look at it here soon. Another big thing to keep in mind is, you know, whenever you are running this, the wolves aren't necessarily like halfway, but these oh god, the things after are, oh good, more people are here. Come save me, people. Boink. They're a little slow. Oh god, well, you hate to see that. We gotta get rid of stuff. So I'll be back once we hit the next area. So be right back. Oh, I'm bringing you back now because we only got a short ride from here. Another big thing to note is you might actually, a good thing with this run is you might actually manage to get yourself some sellable equipment as well. I actually have 3 pieces of sellable equipment. Now, you might be thinking like, King, nobody cares. Just scrap it all. We need armor cores. Believe me, I have 183,000 star seeds because of how much I've been selling equipment. I've used a ridiculous amount. And granted, I need cores pretty badly. I only have 671. The fact that I have the sellable equipment from this, like, I showed it, but I have a chest, legs, and gloves. Not only is that sellable equipment something where I can, by the way, these great horn reindeer are the next thing in line, and these are the start of the annoying ones because you can't just grab them all in one big group and kill them. You have to kill them individually or shoot them all individually, then kill them. But yeah, I have actually two things now where I'm gonna be able to use it as a backup if I destroy or break one of my pieces of equipment. And so that's saving me star seeds right there, because while you might try to put it on the marketplace and it's going to be cheaper than cheap and you don't get a lot from it, it's also going to save you a ton of money as well, because you're not going to have to worry about putting in a lot of star seeds to get this equipment again. So it's actually very, very useful and very, very handy. And this is also a big question that I get a lot. For different classes, you're gonna build them in different ways, and this probably isn't the most ideal video in the world to kind of mention this, but I feel like it's a video that a lot of people might watch, and if you hit this point, good on you, mate. But yeah, different classes are gonna build in much different ways. For example, someone asked me, hey, should I build, or what should I build on my mage? Mages, you kind of want to build attack power and crit power, like crit hit damage, because you're gonna be able to do that 100% crit chance ability. Your B ability gives you 100% crit chance no matter what ability or what attack you're doing, you get crit chance. So if you can melt somebody because of that, and you can do a lot of damage. I say that and I think of that flex seal or whatever it is. That's a lot of damage. But yeah, if you can do a lot of damage with your crits because you built up your crits, then you'll be in pretty good shape. Yeah, this priest kind of knows we're gonna just get this done here pretty quick. Actually, after these reindeers are what I consider the halfway mark. But yeah, after these reindeer, you get the most annoying of the enemies that you have to kill for. Well, I mean, you don't have to, and you can choose to skip it, but I still do it just because. And the only reason why they're the most annoying is because they are another one where you are not able to just straight up run around and get them to aggro on you. You have to shoot them individually, and there's only 8, and it sucks. It's real poop. But yeah, so anyway, I was talking about classes and how you should build them. For the ranger, I'm kind of building attack power and a little bit of defense, because and people might be like, "Ew, King, why are you building defense on your ranger?" I do a lot of things solo, and because how I play game style wise, I play in a manner where I am usually underpowered gear score wise, and so I like to have a little bit extra defense for whenever I'm going into those moments. And that way, if I need, I'm 66% gear score, while the little bit extra defense might not seem like a lot, it could be the difference between getting one-shotted and having a couple of health left and being able to run away after getting hit. And I've actually had it happen where I had that little extra defense and I survived an attack that would otherwise kill me. But the attack power, people sometimes tell you to build crit chance. It's a good idea. Attack power and crit chance and stuff like that on your ranger would technically do well. And I know a lot of people run that, but again, by my playstyle, how I build my ranger works for me specifically in my playstyle. So don't necessarily, whoops, did I pass it? No, I didn't. I was just being dumb. Don't take me saying this as like, hey, this is the end all be all. Usually you want to build crit chance and attack power. HP and defense don't really do as much on a ranger. Maybe like one piece of or defense is usually what people would go for. But yeah, for a priest, you kind of want to just go all attack power and defense. Your crits, you're not attacking fast enough where you're gonna be able to get your crit chance. So building defense and building attack power is usually where you want to go, because you're gonna be that priest to stand in there, take the damage, and just sit there and heal yourself over and over and over again. By the way, this is the worst. Of course, they're not even spawning in. This one is absolutely the worst, because there's only like 8 wild pigs. Crusader, you actually want to build defense and crits on Crusader, believe it or not. Like a little bit of attack power maybe, But I actually saw one person who was using the Crusader. He critted for like 20,000. Granted, he was super late game, but he critted for quite a bit. So I haven't gotten my Crusader leveled to the point where I'd be able to accurately give that information. I don't talk to people in a one-on-one close, hey, what's your secrets kind of manner enough to be able to say for certain what you should build. But defense and crits seems like it's going to be the way to go with a little bit of attack power. And then for the Berserker, I've heard attack power and crits. Jesus Christ, my phone just vibrated so loud that I thought I was going to lose my fingers. Jesus. And I don't even have my fingers on the desk. Oh, don't kill it. Thank you. But yeah, I've heard a crits and attack power on a Berserker. So in all honesty, you're not gonna have a lot of. No, switch over to that one. Stop looking at that one. You're not gonna have a lot of classes where you're gonna have high defense. Your priest and your Crusader are really gonna be your high defense classes at the end of the day, which seems really. I mean, I don't know. I guess the Crusader always kind of seemed like it was gonna be the tank to me, but and if I'm wrong, if you guys play any classes and you know, hey, you should probably, or I should probably do this, or this would be better for this class, please let me know down in the comments below, because I obviously don't know the best builds for every class, and I play in a way that's much more different than most people. I was actually talking to some people, and they were like, what? I play, if you watched my stream at all, I play almost exclusively at a gear score disadvantage. The more challenging something is for me, the more I enjoy it. I don't like just walking through a game. That's why, like, when I did my Gideon battle, I was happy at 35% damage reduction or damage penalty and stuff like that, because I had that ability to have that challenge. And I know now that I can beat Gideon at 33% damage penalty, and who knows, maybe if I get there again, maybe I'll try to do it at a 66% damage penalty. There's no way I'm ever gonna do it at a 95%, because a 95% would mean I'm doing like 20 to 25 damage each hit, and that 20 to 25 damage is not going to cut it, considering you have to take 500,000 some odd damage. It was bad enough that I was doing 1,000 damage for normal attacks, and I was barely breaking the mold, I guess. I gotta sneeze. Oh boy! Holy crap! But yeah, so let me know. Yeah, right back into it. That's how you know a good YouTuber. They don't even stop to, you know, decide if they need to praise Satan or whatever because they sneezed. They just get right back to it. I don't even know what I'm saying. It's been a long day. But yeah, so let me know in the comments below if you guys know of better builds than what I have mentioned. If you do know of better builds, I know there's some armor that's quote unquote specialty armor, and it will actually make it so that your abilities have different effects. Like you could have a better cooldown on one, or you know, you're gonna do more damage with another. And I don't really go with them because I don't always use the same abilities, and if I decide to switch blessings and I don't have that ability on that blessing that I switched to, then it's just a waste. So yeah, let me know what you guys think, what you guys believe is gonna be the best bet overall. All right, good. This is done. Archaeology belt. I don't think that's upgradable. You you never want to keep things that can't be enhanced, by the way. It's just a waste of space. Um, you'll never, as far as I know, you'll never get something that is purple and able to be enhanced, and your gear score is gonna hurt for it. So if you didn't know that, you do now, I guess. Also, I don't have the Wyvern quest, so normally go there, but this time, since we don't have it, we are going down to Mistwind Grove. So I'll see you once we get to the next area. All right, and we're pretty much back. So the next one is up here. I'm gonna see if I can dodge these guys for the most part, but it's ill-gotten gains, and it's actually really simple if you know what you're doing, or if you have friends. This is the only regional, but by the way, for those of you who don't know, these are regional quests. And whenever people say, hey, you should farm regionals, this is what they mean. These regional quests give you special experience and regular experience, plus you can get drops from them, and usually people say farming regionals is better than most things. Anyway, this is the only regional quest in this circuit where if I was in a party with M5 here, and he ran around and managed to get all of the enemy's attention, the stuff that I collected right there, he would have also gotten. Ooh. Oh, I thought I got away. So as you can see, I got a skill point. I got a skill point. Actually really good, because I think I am able to upgrade something. I don't know, I'll have to check. But the next one is super close, literally almost on top of the other one, and this is another place where we've actually had some PvP issues. You can scar him up this wall, but it's Castle Crasher. Castle Crasher is actually one that's a little bit fun. It's killing Night Runner people right here. Named after probably one of my all-time favorite games, Castle Crashers. By the way, if you guys wanna see some castle crashing on the channel, let me know. I will totally do like a full playthrough of Castle Crashers. What is that dude doing? What? Okay. But yeah, so this is another area that we've had issues with PvP people before as well. So just, you know, keep your eyes open. And the nice thing is like, it's a big area. You usually want to be up in this top area, because you're able to grab so many of them, especially if you have a good AoE person with you. You can just grab a mass bunch of them. Speak of a mass AoE. Berserkers here. Really small berserker at that. But yeah, this is probably one of the more fun ones, just because of how many you can line up and then how many you can kill all at once. Oh yeah, totally tagged that and stole it. Some people might actually try to come here to like get experience and stuff like that. I doubt it though, because this again is a regional and it's a hot spot. So maybe, but if they are here to try to get experience, they're in the wrong spots. So yeah, I'm gonna finish this bad boy up, and I will be back once we get to the next area. So be right back. Okay, so we're at Asgrove Village, and like I said, look at that Field of Screams, which, if you remember, was actually up here. So it is a graphical bug. I don't know if the developers know about it or not. If you're watching, John, why are we freaking out? There we go. Hi, Sean. Are you watching this? If you're watching this, let me know. I'm testing you, Sean. Anyway, So yeah, this is the next really good spot. This is actually, if you can get this alone, which is very hard because it is a regional. If you can get this alone, this is actually really good, like almost a rift farm spot, mid game rift farm. Just because the amount of enemies here, you can kind of, I'm gonna do it and then I'm gonna regret it because I don't have enough AoE, but you can kind of group up a single side and you can just end up attacking and doing so much damage to all of them. Oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna regret this. Oh, I missed one. You hate to see it. You hate to see it. But it's pretty good. This is actually where I got some armor mid-game whenever I didn't know this area and everything. Agony and Muggsy brought me here, and we ran this circuit a couple of times, and I actually got some pretty decent equipment because of it. So it is a pretty good dropper for stuff. If you can get it. Well, I mean, even if you don't get it alone, it's decent on experience if you can get it alone, because these guys fall pretty quickly. Regardless of your level, they fall pretty quickly. As long as you don't get the overseers, you'll probably get the overseers, but if you can manage to not get the overseers, they fall pretty quickly. So this is the second to last area before we move on to the final stretch. Now, I have taken some time in between each section, and it has been cut out, but I've actually taken some time where I have emptied my inventory and, you know, did some maintenance of my inventory, and I actually took some time to attempt some upgrades, which if I think about this in the future, hi future me, when I'm editing this, maybe I'll show that I wasn't talking and I kind of just let it go. By the way, fun fact, apparently these spiders are considered night runners, so when you're killing the spiders, it also counts towards this. So fun fact for you there. Ooh, a blue. But yeah, if future me puts this in on editing, I tried some enhancing, and this is after the enhancements patch, and I broke, or I didn't break, but I failed like 3 times and then succeeded like 1, or I failed 2 or 3 times and then succeeded like 2 or 3 times. It was very even keel, very even split, and it was a little saddening because I used up all of my cores that I already had, and I was like, do it, because I was trying to upgrade the stuff where I had the extras, and it didn't work out really in my favor, so it was very saddening. So yeah, I've taken my time going through this. I didn't kill the 2-headed wyvern because I didn't have the quest for it, and I didn't have a lot of AoE capabilities, even though I did have some friendos, random friendos, but friendos here actually giving me a hand here and there. And so far, this is the last section right here. You got to kill some weird mushroom toadstool people, and it's only taken me about an hour to run this. So if you feel like you really need to like majorly core farm, of course, I'm running an original Xbox One, and we see how long it takes for me to actually render anything in. It's very saddening. Nothing here spawned. Obviously, they're fighting stuff. Yep. Yep, this is the thing. I don't know if they're actually seeing. There's the mushrooms. But yeah, so not only is this the last one, it is also a very annoying one, because once again, you are unable to just kite them all into a corner and just murder them dead and there's not a lot of them. There's more than just um just the boars, but there's still not enough of them to be amazing. Usually what you'll see people do is I'm one of those people. I'll grab the stuff that I see and then I'll bring it down into the middle, or down into these guys down here, the AoE people who sit down here. And as you bring them down, you kind of have like everybody doing the damage and doing what needs to be done to kill them as quickly as possible, because like I said, this one is not very fun. I got 53 minutes. I'll absolutely finish this in time, but I think there was one run, and it was when we were delayed by a PKer at the Nightspire Bloodbath area. We actually didn't get the run done because there just aren't enough mushrooms. And I was talking to someone about it. I think it was Agony. I really kind of wish they would dial down some of the areas. Like, this is going to be a very unpopular opinion, but dial down the rifts a little bit and kind of boost these guys, like the mushrooms and stuff, because you don't have a lot of these, and the stuff that you do have is so slow to respawn that it's very difficult to farm them sometimes. Oh, I pulled him too far. My bad. Sorry. I do not have anything that I can... Oh. I already have a SXP thing. So I've actually resorted, by the way, if my inventory gets full, I'll actually destroy my green stones. I'm sure this is probably a green... Yeah, armor fortification zone. But sometimes it's a potion or something, and... there's actually some potions that sell for a mint on the market, by the way. Like, someone today in stream was telling me that they were selling the first grade potions for like 50 or 60 a pop, and second grade potions for like 100 to 150 a pop, and they were selling almost instantly. So it's a little crazy how much potions actually sell on the market. We're at 14. But this is it. This is gonna be the final run. I didn't keep track of how many armor cores I've gotten. Unfortunately, I probably should have. Usually, if you make this run every 3 hours, you're looking at roughly about 1,000 cores every 3 hours. And then if you combine this with rift farming, or you know, the Asgra village farming, or wherever it is that you want to farm, you can probably get a good, I don't know, this 1,000 cores an hour isn't the quickest, but you get the SXP. I would guesstimate you would... Oh, hey, this is the last one that I need to kill. I would guesstimate you could probably manage to get yourself something pretty decent. I don't know. It's hard to say. You know what? I'm gonna eat this aged fruit. People are like, no! It's something you can cook with! Ah! I don't care. I really don't care that much. But yeah, so between the S experience and the cores and everything, it's definitely very beneficial to run it. See that? Look at that. Now I have to like make more people cringe. Look at that. Juicy fruit. Oh yeah, get that juicy fruit gum. Oh yeah. Put it in my mouth. Eat it. This looks like meat, but eat it anyway. I really hope that I remember I did all this in the editing, because my god, can I have fun with that nonsense that I just did. But yeah, you're looking at probably roughly about 1,000 to 1,500 cores, some sellable pieces of equipment, and probably at least 75 to 80% of your special experience if, and this is a big if, you're not running something like I put on with the SXP booster. So, thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to check out some of the other videos outside of Bless Unleashed that I do. I do make some very funny things. Holy crap, my phone is vibrating so loud today, and I don't know why. Good YouTuber here, guys. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know what you thought down in the comments below. Make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, ring the bell. I upload videos every single day. If it's not Bless Unleashed, then it's probably something that's hilarious and worth watching anyway. So yeah, I will see all of you guys next time.